Reaching conversational fluency in a new language doesn't require paying for private tutors, searching for conversation partners, or subscribing to expensive gamified apps. It only requires executing a specific 4-step solo pipeline entirely from your own home. This chart shows popular languages ranked by the time it takes an English speaker to learn them. Your first prerequisite is picking a language with a low barrier to entry, like Spanish, French, or Portuguese. Choosing an accessible language minimizes early frustration and helps you build momentum. The second prerequisite is defining a practical, real-world motivation for learning. Wanting to consume foreign media, like anime, will rarely sustain your focus for long. Wanting to understand the group chat that your friends created without you, however, gives you an immediate, tangible reason to keep studying. When you pair an accessible language with a practical motivation, you establish the exact psychological foundation necessary to successfully execute a self-taught system. Step 1 is building a proper foundation. Gamified apps are designed to keep you clicking, but they often lack the dense, structured explanation required to understand grammar. To get that structure, you need to work through a beginner textbook. You can find free educational materials by going into a search engine and typing the word beginner, your target language, and the phrase textbook PDF. Once you have the book, your only goal is to dedicate 1 full month strictly to completing the practice exercises inside it. During this month, you have to avoid falling into tutorial hell. Many learners get stuck watching endless videos about how to learn a language instead of sitting down and actually filling out the workbook exercises. Finishing a beginner textbook takes about 30 days, but the density of information provided covers the core grammatical foundation and the couple thousand words needed to begin native immersion, a point that can take significantly longer to reach through the randomized lessons found in most apps. Step 2 is training your ear. You have the foundational vocabulary on the page, but now you need to recognize what those words actually sound like when spoken aloud by native speakers. Native content is usually spoken too fast for beginners. To bypass this, go to YouTube, search for a topic you find interesting, and simply add the word easy to your query. This serves up videos tailored for learners with slower, more deliberate pacing. There is a strict rule for watching these videos. You must turn on the auto captions in your target language, and English subtitles must be entirely disabled. When you hear a word you don't know, rewind the video. Read the target language caption, and plug that word into a context tool like Reverso Context to see it used in a real sentence. Relying on target language captions and context clues forces your brain into active language acquisition. Leaving English subtitles on simply reduces the exercise to a reading test. Step 3 converts your listening engine into a speaking engine through a technique called shadowing. Shadowing is physical. As you watch these YouTube videos, pause after significant sentences and practice repeating the phrase out loud. Treat these repetitions like a simulated conversation. Whenever you hit a highly applicable sentence that you can see yourself using, physically write it down in a notebook to help reinforce the structure. This repetitive shadowing process physically trains your mouth and vocal cords to produce foreign sounds, and it allows you to practice the mechanics of speech without the pressure of a live conversation. Step 4 is the camera test. This acts as a tangible baseline for your speaking ability and marks the transition from private study to active application. Sit down and record a video diary completely in your target language. Look directly into the lens and summarize your day, the things you accomplished, and your plans for the week. You will inevitably forget how to say certain words. When this happens, use a simple workaround. Substitute the forgotten word with English and keep moving. The goal is to maintain the conversational flow without stopping the recording. After you finish, watch the footage back. Every time you hit one of those English placeholders, pause the video and use a tool like DeepL to translate that specific missing word into your target language. The camera test functions as a closed-loop diagnostic tool. It creates a permanent record of your current level while actively highlighting the exact vocabulary gaps you need to study next. If you keep reading, listening, and recording yourself, you will eventually reach a point where you travel and have to interact with actual native speakers. But language proficiency alone is insufficient. To safely navigate foreign environments, you also have to understand the local politics and cultural context of the country you're standing in. For example, if you visit France without checking the local context, you might find the highway completely shut down by massive political protests organized by local farmers. This data chart shows the bias distribution feature from Ground News, a tool that aggregates coverage on a single story and shows you exactly how the left, right, and center are reporting on it differently. By utilizing their international edition and compare headlines features, you get a direct view into the political climate of your destination, which can help you avoid confusion when navigating a new country. You can use the link on screen to get a discount on Ground News and prepare for the real world. Then go set up your phone and execute your first camera test today.